Hello my darlings, I hope you're all doing very, very well in today's video. Yes, of course, I'm doing another Tattoo Enthusiast reacts to tattoo TikToks. This is my absolute favourite series to do. I feel like this is your favourite series to watch. I just want to say welcome to my Winter Wonderland, just in case you haven't seen my past few uploads. I know quite a few of you just watch these videos that I create and you don't watch the other videos that I make, which is completely understandable. I just wanted to welcome the people that haven't seen this yet. How do we like it? Are we enjoying the Winter Wonderland moment here? It's just very frosty, but we have a lovely like campfire down here to keep you warm. Okay, are we warm? Are we cozy? I hope so, because you'll know what happened if you're not. I will get that cozy demon. She will come for you and she will throw snacks at you, and not in a nice way. She's quite violent. Anyway, should we get on with it? Yes. Okay, great, fantastic. I'm still having to use the headphones because my ear has been okay, honestly, for the past couple of days. We've been all right. But then I washed my hair yesterday and it's aggravated my ear again. So I have a sore ear yet again. I know. It's just non-stop with me, honestly. Okay, are we all sitting comfortably? Are we all cozy? Okay, great. I've just realised my phone case matches my jumper today. Hello, I like that. What a tattoo feels like when you know you're almost done. Why is this so true? It says in the caption, aka white highlights. That's the thing, sometimes an artist will be like, oh, we're nearly done. And sometimes that's quite relieving and you're just like, yes, okay, fantastic. You know, it won't be long, maybe 20 minutes, I can get through this. But sometimes an artist will say it and then be like, oh, I've just got to do this, 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 and this. And it takes a little bit longer and you're just like, oh my God, I thought we were nearly done. To be honest, for the most part, most artists I've been to will say, oh, we've just got to do the white highlights and it's all good, right? But there's been a few instances where I've been like, oh, I thought we were nearly done. And it's been like half an hour. Remember, always have meaning behind your tattoos. What? No. Oh my God. Oh my potassium. I only just read that bit. Why am I watching this again? 10 out of 10 for creativity and somewhat a unique idea. I've definitely seen art of a banana turning into a before, right? And it's definitely not something I would get personally. You know, like that's just not for me. I'm not keen on the very sort of graphic, high detail sexual tattoos. It's just not for me, okay? Like, no. One of the most controversial tattoo requests I've got. Of
course you are.
I love Jamie.
Of course you little slags are back again to hear more fucking misery. For more traumatizing things that have happened to me. Because you lot love it. You fucking love it, babes. Yeah, you do. So, sit down. I'm going to tell you this little story. And this one, it's controversial, okay? Like, this tattoo really made me reconsider. Like, I was like, do we as humanity, do we deserve to live? No. Not after this. Not after this. So, set the scene. This person comes in. I look at my consultation form. Flick, flick, flick. And I was like, oh, this person wants to get a blackout. And for those who don't know what a blackout are, blackouts are essentially where you have shitty tattoos or tattoos you don't want anymore and you want to cover them up with just blacking. So a lot of people get like blacked out sleeves. And it's a look, babes. It's a fucking look.
Some people just go straight for the blackout.
I was like, not the biggest fan of doing blackouts. I'm not, babes. I'm actually not the biggest fan. But I was like, you know what? They're money. I spend a lot of time with them or whatever. So obviously I get to charge a good bit. So I was like, yeah, let's do it, babes. Let's do it. I don't mind. So this, I want to say racially ambiguous girl comes in, you know. She was white. Cornrows. That's all I have to say, right? That's all I have to say. I was like, okay, problematic, first of all. But anyways, she sat down. She's wearing this topless top... Oh, not topless. I meant strapless. Oh, which is fine. It's fine. Wear strapless top, babes. But she had no tattoos. None on her chest, none on her arms. I'm still laughing at the topless thing. I meant strapless. No tattoos. I was like, okay, what are we covering up? what are we blacking out? And she's like, oh, I don't want anything covered. And I was like, oh, do you have any tattoos? She goes, no. And I goes, okay, then why are you looking at a blackout? Just, it's obviously a lot of real estate on your skin. It's going to be completely covered with like black ink. And she goes, oh, I don't want black ink on my arm. I was like, but that's what it says here, babes. It says blackout. What do you think it was going to be? Pink out. Guys, this is where it gets problematic and controversial. She comes in and goes, oh no, I just want to be a bit more tan. What? I'm sorry. What do you mean more tan? I'm sure a tanning salon or something. And she goes, oh no, I want to be like dark. Do you know how tattoos work? Do you know? So she shows me a picture of Rihanna. Again, keep in mind, this girl, it looks like more like skin tone Morticia Adams. She goes, I want to be this kind of colour. Do you have a dark brown you could use on me? I couldn't believe my fucking ears. I was like, are you being for real right now? I said no. And she goes, why not? I was like, this is racism. It's past the borderline of racism. It's racism. If you're, it's like, but I don't want it on my face. I just want my body and stuff. And I was like, ooh, why would you want this at all? She's like, because I want to be dark. I was like, but you're white, babe.
There's no way. There is no way. What? No. Sure. Well, I wouldn't put it past people, honestly. But I'm like, what? There has always been a debate as to whether blackout tattoos are seen as somewhat racist, because you are technically changing the colour of your skin because it's just one solid black, arm, leg, or what have you. And that's obviously not up for me to discuss. I am not a person of colour. I cannot say what people find racist and what they should find racist and all of that, right? I believe, for the most part, people that do get blackouts, they're doing it to cover up a load of shitty tattoos. For the most part, anyway. But yeah, I mean, I have somewhat blackout because, there's big chunks of my arm that are, black. But then the rest of it is like flowers and negative space and all of that. But the reason why I've got this is to cover up not so much a bad sleeve, but a sleeve that I just didn't want anymore. That was my reasoning. No other reason, of course. But, point of view, I bought a tattoo machine and said, fuck it. I think you shouldn't have. Oh, no. Oh, no. Thing is, part of me is like, you know what, this could be seen as like abstract or artsy and the thing is, I would probably be like, you know what, yeah, okay, if this was like a professional artist doing some weird style, I'd probably be all about it. But the fact that it's someone not trained that's doing it in their bedroom, it just looks like a bad tattoo. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, but the idea's great. It's just the execution, like it could be kind of cute. I'm not too sure about the eyeball situation though. Like, I think that needs to be symmetrical and done better. But like, the style of the portrait is kind of adorable in my opinion. Like, I like the eyes of it. It's kind of expressive. But just go to a professional. This is adorable.
That is actually really cool.
Oh my god, this is so cute. So they've got like their cat's markings and made it into a tattoo. It kind of looks a little bit like tribal style, but that's adorable. Oh, this is so wholesome. Oh, I love it. Oh, and such a cute cat. I love cats. Cats are so cute. They're so silly and adorable and so just great. I love a cat. Let me know if you have any cats. Would you do this tattoo? Are you now inspired? Because in my opinion, great idea. Hi, is my tat supposed to be bruised? Ooh, that does not look fun. But it is kind of common thing to happen. It's just an artist has been heavy-handed or you're just sensitive. Like I've been bruised a couple of times. My knee tattoo was bruised. I think a couple of my thigh tattoos have been bruised also. And yeah, my legs. Quite a few of my leg tattoos have been bruised, to be honest with you, but I bruise so easily. I just have to walk into the sofa by accident. I'm quite clumsy and I'll have a bruise. Do you know what I mean? Like, I bruise incredibly easy. I'm anemic. I don't know if that makes a difference at all or not, but yeah, I mean, It happens. It depends on the artist, on your skin. It's pretty normal. Impulsively tattooing myself at 1 a.m. Can we not? Okay, that looks good. Oh, it looks like a professional studio. That's a really good tattoo. Hang on, I'm going to read the caption. The caption says, tattooing the Bihelet. Bihelet. I don't know what that is. I'm not cool. At 1 a.m. After teaching myself for 3 months. It's hard to read because there's so much stuff in the way, but okay. But everything looks like very professional. Like the whole setup, everything looks clean and all of that jazz. You know, like that looks pretty decent. Like the setup for like self-tattooing anyway, from a non-professional. So I'd say this is probably one of the best self-tattooing videos I've seen on TikTok, you know, from someone that's not so much a professional.
I want to say something about tattoos for the people who aren't like super experienced in getting them just yet, because it's a lesson that we all learn. Everyone who's gotten a lot of tattoos has learned this lesson probably the hard way. And it is that you cannot go into any tattoo shop and go to any artist and get exactly what you want. When I got my lilies, I was going in and what I had showed him was basically just like the outline of a lily. I just wanted like a dark outline of these lilies and I got photorealism. Now it's a great tattoo, I'm not complaining. But the guy that I went in to get this tattoo from did photorealism. He didn't do what I was looking for. So I saw a video of this girl who went in to get like a very fine line script on her neck, and the artist said that A, it wasn't going to heal well, and B, it just wasn't a very good idea for her as far as placement because she didn't have many tattoos and it was on her neck. I agree with both those things. If you want fine line tattoos, go to a fine line specialist. And when it comes to your hands and your neck, these are job stoppers. I'm in a field where like I can get pretty much any tattoo I want, but this was still a huge decision. So if you don't have very much experience with tattoos and you're trying to get one soon, just make sure it's the correct artist for you. And also ask their shop minimum, because the girl in the video that I watched did complain that it was like $130 for a small tattoo. Every shop has a shop minimum, and they are often between $100 and $200.
These are all incredibly good points and facts right there. I think they might be on about the video that I reacted to. It might have been the previous TikTok video that I did or the one before that, I don't remember, but it was about this person who wanted incredibly fine tiny script on their neck to kind of match what Hailey Bieber had. If it's the same TikTok, I'm sure you might remember that one. And the artist was like, no, this isn't going to heal well, this isn't going to look great. There was a bit of a debate as to whether the artist just couldn't do fine line or this artist was just looking out for this person. That's up for debate. I don't know. I would still say don't get tiny script on your neck because your neck is the first to age. It's going to look terrible very, very quickly, and fine line just doesn't age good either. Anyway, besides the point, what they said there about, you know, going to an artist that does the thing you're looking for, 100%. Oh my goodness. So when I first started getting tattooed, I pretty much went to any old artist. I didn't do much research. This is kind of why I started doing YouTube, because I wanted to share the knowledge I had learned over the years of getting tattooed. But yeah, I would just go to any old studio. I didn't really care about it that much. I'd just be like, oh, okay, well, this studio's like down the road. I would just go there. You know, it's right there. It's convenient. Now you'll catch me traveling wherever to go to an artist because I love their work. It's all about research and all of that jazz. Also, back when I first started getting tattooed, Instagram wasn't a thing. But Instagram is such a good tool for finding artists. What you can do is go to these accounts that share people's work. So one that comes to mind is Tattoo Snob, and they will share different artists' work, all different styles, and that's a good way of discovering the styles that you like and artists that you like. And then you can just go onto the artist profile and see what they do, see their location. It's fantastic. I might actually make a video of all my favourite Instagram accounts that share different artists' work. That might be helpful, let me know, because I've discovered so many artists that way that I absolutely love.
Hi, I was wondering if you had time for just a little heart on the back of my wrist. Sure, let me set up my station and print out a stencil.
10 minutes later.
All right, my station's all set up and your stencil's on. Are you ready? The stencil's crooked, it's not symmetrical. This is actually kind of a common problem. It actually is symmetrical. You just kind of twist your wrist and that distorts it a little bit. If you go look in the mirror, you'll see what I'm talking about. No, it's still asymmetrical. I'm sorry, that's my bad. I'm not being clear. Don't twist your wrist and just look at it in the mirror and you'll see what I mean. Can you just print out a different stencil so it'll be symmetrical? Like, please? No? is the thing. I'm sorry. I actually use a stamp brush on my iPad that makes these hearts symmetrical down to the pixel, so I can't like physically make it more symmetrical. So then why isn't it even on my wrist? Because you keep twisting it to look at it and it's stretching and distorting your skin? I don't understand. Okay, go like this. Don't move your wrist and then look in the mirror for me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ready. Awesome. Okay, let's get started.
5 minutes later.
All right, your tattoo's all done. What do you think? How did you do that? It's not symmetrical again.
That would drive me insane. Like, I'm not very good at describing things. I'm sure if you watch my videos for a while, describing and talking about things, sometimes it's a hard task, right? And if I had to explain the same thing over and over again in ways for people to understand, in just like thinking about it stresses me out. Your tattoos will warp and move around and look uneven. If you're sitting differently, say it's on your legs, like thighs. I have this terrible sacred heart here, the sacred turnip. And if I move my wrist like this, it looks weird, right? And if I can stretch it out and it all of a sudden looks a lot longer, I can make it change shapes and sizes just because of the placement. Doesn't mean the artist has done a bad job. It doesn't mean the stencil was bad. Doesn't mean, it's not been done correctly. It's just the way your body moves, and it can make things look incredibly weird. Like, I can make my palm tattoo just look incredibly misshapen if I squeeze my hands together, and I'll do that, and then it looks, normal. Squeeze. That's maybe just like the only downside of tattoos. Our body, the canvas, is a moving, living, breathing thing, right? It's gonna change. It's gonna move.
So I really, really want a new tattoo. Look at this shit, bro.
Oh, wow.
Brown ink tattoos. Please tell me that this is possible on dark skin.
I hope
basically
so.
what it does is it starts, kind of bold, and then it turns into like a birthmark, which is so cute. Like, you see how like on her back, it literally just looks like an imprint, like a birthmark. Like, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. This is what I want. You do this on, though. I feel like if you use a dark enough brown, it'll still come out with the same effect. I look, he might be the guinea pig, because I dead ass can't find no pictures of this shit. Worst comes to worst, it'll disappear in my skin. Best comes to best, it'll look cool. I don't know, you guys. I might just guinea pig this shit. I'm just craving a tattoo right now.
Big mood. I'm just craving a tattoo right now. But that's such a cool idea, and that's not something I've ever thought about before. Like, you can make it look like a tiny little cute birthmark or something, or just, a brown tattoo. Like, it's a bit more subtle than black. Like, black can be incredibly, noticeable and harsh, but if you have a little subtle brown tattoo, like a little brown script tattoo, that would be so cute. That would be like perfect for people that don't want a super noticeable tattoo. Like, there was like this huge increase in people getting like red ink tattoos. I think we should have brown ones, and I really hope, does this person end up getting it? I'm gonna quickly look on their profile to see if they actually do it. They got color swatches. Okay, this is cool. So this was from a week ago.
Back with the color test, you guys. I'm about to show you real quick. So these are the shades of brown. I'm like deep conditioning my hair, but we're back with a color update. I'm going to show you guys which one faded, which ones lasted. I'm going to just discuss them a little bit. So all the top 3 faded. She did tell me that was going to happen. Personally, I think I really like this one and this one. Like, I feel like this has like a red undertone and this has like a dark. I don't know. She said she thought the inner corner one would heal to black, but honestly it came out brown too. I hope you guys can see that. Fading exactly like how I want them to. I feel like I kind of just like the red undertones of this one better, and she said the shade was brick red. That's this one. Here's a comparison to like a mole on my body.
Awesome.
Like what the colors look like. I don't know, I think they look very natural. I like them, but I will let you know when we get
that's so cool. So basically, not a lot of artists, unfortunately, but some artists will offer this service where they will do color tests on deeper or darker skin tones to figure out what colors will work for them. By the looks of things, this person went to an artist and they did some dots of brown inks to see what would work for them. And by the sounds of things, they found one that they really like. So hopefully in the future they do get a tattoo using that ink and we get to see it, because I'm very, very curious. But oh, that's so cool. Hi, I'm Bethany and I tattoo in Greenville, North Carolina, I think that is. Okay. Stitch! Oh my goodness, this is so cool. I love. Yes. Love, love, love. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Love. Ooh, that is pretty. It's like a book and some flowers. Gorgeous. Ooh, I like that. That is lovely. So saturated. Like, their work is saturated. Oh, that's cute. We've got like a desert scene kind of thing. That was a nice varied amount of work. And what I also really like there is the variation of skin tones there, because I've said it many times, there is a huge lack of representation of people of colour in the tattoo industry. It's come away since, you know, the 90s or whatever. But it could still be, you know, it could still come a lot further. You know, there's still improvements that need to be done here, but I'm glad to see more representation for sure.
This is not a tattoo. In fact, I had no control over where it was going to go or what it was going to look like. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
My name is Anuhea. You might know me as an absurd comedy account. And though what I just said might sound absurd to you, it's actually not. I am a native Hawaiian. I don't often speak about it online because of my content niche and because of the triggering comments I get when I do. But this needs to change. Yes. I've been struggling recently, and after trying all the Western therapies in the book, I decided to try to see how my ancestors healed themselves. One of these healing practices looks like this.
Oh.
This is kakao uhi. There are many indigenous creators on TikTok that wear diverse ancestral markings. I never thought that I could receive those markings because I was scared of how the entertainment industry would treat me moving forward. I'm here to tell you today that that is bullshit. It is so important to be visibly indigenous.
100%.
And it's especially important to have representation of people engaging in cultural practices that challenge the Western beauty standard. This marking
so
is unlike
beautiful.
a tattoo in many ways. First of all, you can straight up be denied from the process.
Wow.
You can't just walk into a shop, ask for what you want, pay for it, and then leave. Each symbol and placement in kakao uhi is like a letter in a very, very complex visual language. And because this visual language is so complex, you leave it up to the cultural practitioner to know which symbols should go on your body. You have to give up complete control. While there is a stigma to Western tattooing practices, especially in the entertainment industry, it is way worse for indigenous tattooing practices and those who want to engage in their culture. And that's twistedly funny to me, being that Europeans really would only have tattooing as it is today because of their voyages into Polynesia.
100%.
Not to mention they also called the Polynesians that they were inspired by tattooed savages. By the way, that still happens. I am making this video because if it can inspire one indigenous person to embrace themselves, then I am making the impact that I need to. We are beautiful, our cultures are beautiful, and we deserve to carry our markings and have them be seen in fashion, in Hollywood, and in our day-to-day lives. These practices are a part of us, and they were a part of our ancestors too. There were so many sacrifices made so that we can be here alive and surviving today. I am not marked with a tattoo. I am carrying uhi, a tradition that was almost lost to American colonization. And for that reason, I must bring honor to it. Mahalo nui loa, thank you so much to Keli'io Kalani Moakua and Chase Keli'i Pa'akawa for these markings. And to my audience, you will see me with more kakao uhi moving forward.
Yes.
I hope to be loud and proud of
Yes. Oh, this is probably one of my favourite TikToks I've ever seen, because I've said this about someone before who showed their indigenous tattooing, and I felt like it was an honour to witness it, to be shown, to be told about it, because it's such a sacred thing and it's just so special and meaningful to these people. And like, I appreciate it so much because, like they were just saying, without these types of tattoos, we as, you know, white people or whatever wouldn't be tattooed today. Okay, like, as always, white people stole the tattooing process and made it their own, right? Like, it's just what freaking white people do. I just, obviously there is a lot more to it than that, but yeah, this was just so freaking awesome to see, and I'm so glad that the representation of this type of tattooing is becoming more normalized. But yeah, that was a 10 out of 10 content right there. It was fascinating. Apprentice getting a hand tattoo. Oh, this was literally me when I got my palm tattooed. Yeah. Oh, that's right on the knuckles. Oh yeah. Hand tattoos, no matter where you get them, whether it's, you know, the back or the palm. Haven't had this palm yet, let's just hide that. Or the palm. It sucks, and like the knuckle area here is not fun at all. Hands suck because there's so much feelings there. Your skin is so much more thinner there. There's bones, you know, there's nerves, veins. It's unpleasant as hell. So I understand that face. I really do. Okay, I'm going to react to one more for this video. Fine line tattoos don't last. Okay, 1 year, 3 months, 10 months, 2 months, 10 months, 1 year, 4 months. I get what this artist is trying to say here, and you know, whatever, I understand. Hang on, I need to pause it on one of them. Let's be fair and do it on the 3 year, because that seems to be the oldest one, before I start delving in and picking it apart or whatever. 3 years healed is nothing compared to how long someone is going to live. Okay, this person that has this one could live until they're like, I don't know, 80 years old, okay? And say this person that's got this is 20 years old. So that's another 60 years this person has got to have this tattoo. In that time, this person could have some sun damage, aging, which is going to happen to all of us, weight gain, weight loss. There's a lot of factors that go into how a tattoo ages without even looking at the style. This happens to every single person, okay? And tattoos constantly change. So already with this tattoo, it already looks like there's a lot of saturation loss, all right? It's not, you know, that pitch blackness, which is okay. That's not for everyone. It's a lot more lighter. Within the line work, there's a few spots missing here and there. Also, with this fine line tattoo, there is a lot of breathing room there. So this kind of fine line tattoo situation is, in my opinion, fine because there's a lot of breathing room for stuff to move and age and grow and all of that, right? I mean, minuscule fine line high detail tattoos that just do not age well. So something like this, it's like, okay, cool, whatever, right? It will definitely change over the years, but it'll be okay. It will survive for the most part. I think maybe the tiny little details on like the buds or of the stems of the flowers and stuff, they will probably diminish. I'd imagine, because there's like the flower situation going on there. There's like a little bit in the middle. I'd imagine that was a lot more detailed 3 years ago, but as it's aged a bit, we've probably lost a bit of detail there. This whole like, oh, this tattoo's 3 years healed. It's nothing in comparison. Like, this isn't a flex. I don't know why people try and do this, because it's the same for me. Like, I got probably one of the worst placements ever tattooed, which is the palm, right? The palm has the ultimate reputation for falling out, for not reading well, for not aging well, and all of that. I've had this since July, I think it was. Or was it June? No, it was July. We're now in November. How many months is that? Hang on. So that would be August, September, October, November. I've had this for about 4 months. Imagine if I was like, oh, 4 months healed, it's going to look like this forever and ever and ever. We all know it's not going to. I know it's not going to. You cannot be like, oh yeah, this is going to look amazing when I'm like 60 years old, because it's not going to. And that applies to the majority of my tattoos, to be honest with you. It applies to every tattoo. Ugh, oh my God. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for continuing to tag me in tattoo TikToks. Without you, this series would never be possible, because my For You page is mainly dogs and mountains and Christmas at the minute. So many Christmas TikToks. I'm here for it though. Hope you all stay safe and well, and until my next video, bye.